we're here talking to Barry from Fritsch about commercial grinding systems. Barry, tell me a little bit about your product.
Yeah, so Fritsch is a company, is a 100-year-old family-owned business from Germany. We have operations worldwide. Many of the milling systems are used across a broad range of industries. For the cannabis industry, this is a high-tech cutting mill, and it's used by companies that are doing processing, either to prepare material before going into an extraction system, or people who are making pre-rolled smokable products. So this milling system allows one to optimize and control the particle size output for each of those two products. So the cannabis industry has never seen anything like this, and it's going to give people a lot more control and better yields in their extraction systems.
That sounds like a benefit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and the instrument is designed in a way that it makes it very easy to clean in between batches to make sure that there's no cross-contamination in between production runs. So it's very cool.
Fantastic. Thanks for talking to us, Barry.
Ready?
Spec Sample Prep. Hi, we're here with Sandy from Spec Sample Prep talking about what she's adding to the scientific laboratory space.
Hello. So what we offer is high throughput sample preparation for edibles testing and bud sampling, as well as full pesticide extraction. So our equipment offers very high throughput. So it's very high throughput labs. They can do multiple samples at once, even your very tough samples like all your edibles, your gummy bears, your brownies, all your sticky treats. This is cryogenic grinding, so it works with liquid nitrogen. So essentially anything you put into this unit, it's going to freeze it and pulverize it in about 2 minutes. You're going to have a nice fine analytical powder. Our Gina grinder over here is actually ideal for all your bud samples. So any of the bud and flower samples that come in, you can actually do it in any format in here. Typically, you can do up to 16 samples at once, which is really high throughput. In a lot of these labs, that's a big concern. Also being able to do them in individual grinding valves, there's no cross-contamination, it's easy cleanup. Once the material is ground in here, you can also then just add any type of solvent if you're doing any type of extractions or pesticides. This will also work as your mixer, so it will shake everything and do everything consistently. So the big plus to that is, as when you compare something doing mechanical as opposed to doing something shaking, if you're shaking something and I'm shaking something, there's always going to be variability. This eliminates all of that. So you have reproducible results all the time. And mostly all of your samples are going to be done in a matter of minutes. And that's huge.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much for talking to us,
Thank
Sandy.
you.
Hannah, Austin, Confident Cannabis. Ready? She films all of that. I know you're going to make like a compilation of movie work. Oh. Hi, we're here with Hannah and Austin from Confident Cannabis, and we just wanted to know what they're adding to the scientific cannabis space.
We're adding a free cloud-based piece of software that lets the labs use all the processes that they need to do kind of in one spot. It's tailored much more specifically to the cannabis community than other limbs, and enables the labs and their clients to add some value.
Hannah?
Yes.
That's the consensus on Confident Cannabis. Yes, on all of those things. Hi, we're here with Tim and Scott at Boveda, and we're just talking about how they're adding to the cannabis world.
Yeah, so Boveda, we have a patented product that regulates the moisture, so it's a two-way system. So you throw these little packets into your container or wherever you're storing your cannabis. It's going to add or remove moisture to maintain a specific relative humidity. And specific to cannabis, 58% and 62%. Now what that's doing is maintaining the weight, it's retaining the terpenes and trichomes, and then enhancing the color, aroma, and all of that good stuff. So it's just it's a way to have a consistent product if you're selling cannabis, and then if you're the consumer, you're maintaining all that potency and all the goodness that you want when you are smoking.
Well, that sounds good to me. I show the whole time. Real intense, like good stuff. Okay. Hi, we're here with Danielle from UCT, and we just wanted to know what they're doing to add to the scientific community of cannabis.
So we were the first company to commercialize the use of catchers in 2003. So catchers stands for quick, easy, cheap, effective, rugged, and safe. And it helps to bring some awareness to the cannabis industry as to the best way to prepare their extracts for potency and pesticide analysis before putting it on their very expensive instrumentation in order to then give the growers the most accurate results possible as to what their flowers or their edible materials actually contain.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for standing with us today. LGC Standards. Hi, we're here with Adam from LGC Standards, and we just wanted to know what you're adding to the scientific space of cannabis.
We're bringing, a safe, clean, happy, legitimate industry to market, and we want to make sure of that. So working state by state, regulation by regulation, to make sure that each state and everybody is safe in their medicine or in their, leisure. We want to just make sure that we have the highest quality product and, are doing right by all the patients and everybody using the products out there.
Fantastic. And what exactly is it that LGC does?
We are actually the world's largest producer of certified reference materials. So, we have the flexibility and the ability to create ISO Guide 34 certified mixes to your specifications in a very quick turnaround time.
Fantastic. That sounds really great. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Yeah, I think. Yes. Hi. Hi, I'm here with Kevin from Jasco, and we wanted to learn a little bit more about his analytical SFC system.
Thank you for coming to the show. It's been another wonderful week. Last year I was just an attendee, so it's nice being a vendor this year. In front of us we have our new 4000 series analytical SFC instrument. Great for doing some of your potency and purifications, you name it. Good technology with higher throughput than standard HPLC.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us today. Hi, I'm talking to Ishu from ResTech, and we just wanted to know what ResTech is doing to add to the scientific cannabis community.
Well, thank you very much for this opportunity. I appreciate it. The ResTech is doing manufactures HPLC columns and GC columns. Probably you will see some pictures here. So what we do is we have done extensive work in this cannabis industry, supporting all these testing labs and growers and everybody else who wants to know the contents of the THC contents, the pesticides, everything in this cannabis leaf through the all the consumables that we manufacture at ResTech. So we are the consumable manufacturers, okay, for HPLC columns, GC columns. We manufacture standards, okay, and for extraction methods we have specific extraction methods for that also. So we have lots of applications online, and people call us for any kind of support. We're available.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Thanks a
lot. We're here with Alex from Sage Analytics, and he's going to show us more about in-house testing with a dry product with the Sage Luminary Profiler and the Beacon. Handing it over to you.
Thank you. The major draw for our instrumentation is we wanted to be able to put the power in the hands of the people who are growing, optimizing their business product, and making cannabis and cannabis-infused products. That way they can solidify their unique value proposition and their own image by doing in-house testing. We're never going to replace the ISO certified legal testing, nor would we want to, but we want to allow you to optimize everything that you want to do in your business at a very low cost, in-house, without needing to employ scientists, because we programmed everything into the instrumentation. And to demonstrate that, we're actually going to have Cara, our editor, who has not spent a long time learning spectroscopy, to test some dry bud sample in under a minute and get some live results and a printed label. So first we're going to have you get a bud and grind some bud as you would. Same consistency as if you're going to smoke. The instrument is based on near-infrared spectroscopy, and that's a secondary measurement that allows you to correlate to HPLC results that we've gotten from our ISO certified lab partners here in San Diego, we love to work with SD Farm Labs. And after you've ground up the sample, it's as simple as taking the sample, pressing measure a sample, and following the on-screen instructions. So we're going to tell it we want to measure a dry sample, because we also measure various types of extracts and oils. And then we're going to open up the pack that comes with the instrument that has all of your consumables and get a little alcohol wipe. We clean the sapphire measurement window because over time, as you're doing dozens of samples, the trichromes are going to fall onto the window and everything's going to get sticky, so you don't want to cross-contaminate your results. So just give it a second to dry completely, which it will because of light from the lamp, and then we move on. Yeah. So now we have an aluminum bud holder, and this allows you to stack the sample over the light based on fiber optics. So it just kind of fits, yeah, just like in the picture. And then you just fill it until it's loosely full. From anything with either the grinder we supply, or you can get like a number 14 sieve, which is often what they use in the ISO accredited labs. So your trichome, just fill it all the way.
Okay.
Don't be shy. It's not going to ruin your sample either. So this is often used not only for growers and extractors, but for conscientious consumers in high-end dispensaries. You can really test
tamping, right?
exactly. Well, that's the next step.
Okay.
So now we're going to cap and cover the bud holder with the little tamp. You're good. Just kind of press it down.
Like coffee.
Yep. And it's just like making espresso. Pull down the lid and tell it to calculate. So it takes about 7 seconds to get a result.
Wow, that's fast.
And thank you. And it spits out your result, the acid form, the active form, and then because we often compare to some GC tests or people who give you like total, you're going to have a total THC. And then because what's most important for you to know, you want your bioavailability, you want to know your conversion when you decarb at your like 87.7%. So it's going to give you total potential THC and the same for your CBDs.
Amazing.
So we're going to go ahead and type, this is a lovely sample given to us by Humboldt, it's a Dream Queen. So we can go ahead and type that in. And just press off the board. And you can pick that it's a bud and extract, a bud and flower, and then you can type in that you tested it.
It's me.
Cara tested. And then you hit print and save.
Print and save.
So what that's going to do is that's going to print one of our canometric labels. It allows you to label incoming product, label your final product, and go ahead and keep stock and store of things, or allow customers to label what they're actually going to imbibe at a later time.
Awesome. This product is amazing.
Thank you. So happy. It's also saved it all to a database, so if you're using this as an extractor or as a business owner, you are able to track your performance, track who's measuring all the samples for you. Everything's time-stamped. You can offload it, run all your analytics on the computer, because we want you guys to be able to do science not just because it's required by the government, but because it makes you feel safe and confident in what you're producing.
And that's what it's all about. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
talking to us today,
So happy you came
Alex.
today, Cara.
Of course.